Hey guys, welcome back to Blind Streak Exotics. We have yet another clutch collection today. This is number 9 of the year, and just a couple days after my last one. So we are firing on all cylinders at this point. This is a Super Phantom female, and she could have one of two different sires to the clutch. It could be Shredder, who is the Super Mojave Banana, or Tesla, who is my Purple Passion Leopard Blackhead male. Tesla started off the year kind of not really doing well with locking up with females, this being his first year. So I started introducing Shredder to all of the females that I was breeding Tesla to try to get something going with all my Blue-Eye Lucies. So this girl, this is her first clutch for me. She has been bred before. I think she's okay to get off of here. So this should be a pretty nice clutch from her. Looks like we have 8 eggs from her, which is a beautiful clutch. They all look good too. She is definitely empty. There's a close-up of her, and I've had pictures of her before. She's a beautiful snake. I don't really see too many Super Phantoms, and she is just really cool looking. She's really, when she's like fired up, she kind of looks like super purple colored. So let me get her back in here. She's actually less angry than I thought she would be about me taking her eggs. These look like they may have been laid overnight. I'll probably be okay leaving them where they're at. I just might need to kind of pick that one up top. Might be a little too high. I'll get her back in here. Alrighty. So my last 2 females here, which were Annie, my Lemon Blast, and her, both laid significantly larger clutches than my earlier ones. The earlier ones were all like 4, 5, 6 eggs. These were 7 and 8, so the clutches are getting bigger, so hopefully they keep getting bigger too. So yeah, we have 8 eggs here. They all look fantastic. These ones here really aren't stuck together, so I'm going to kind of just separate them a little bit. That one's sticking up in the air, so if I can get this one off, I will. Yeah, should be okay. My one issue with leaving them together that I've noticed is when you have the press and seal in the container, and towards the end of incubation, things like start really heating up and they start getting, there starts to be a little more precipitation on the press and seal. When you go to lift that up and all the water drops down on the eggs, it gets stuck. The water droplets get stuck like in these little cracks where the eggs are still stuck together. So you have to kind of go off and dry them off with a paper towel. I forgot to put gloves on today. Let me get gloves. So I like separating them so that, like, if water does happen to drip on the eggs, even though it's like in the middle of incubation, that water is able to run down off the sides of the eggs and it's not stuck in between them. I'll probably end up leaving these together because they're already together, and I can't see this. I'm actually going to candle these too. It's probably just a good thing to do is just to candle them anyways, just to be safe. Just to make sure all the veins are right side up. Alright, so this egg does not look like it has any veins in it, so I'm going to pull that one off, because if it doesn't have veins, yeah, this egg, you probably can't see it in there, but there are no veins in that egg, so I guarantee you this egg is going to go bad. So I'm going to put a question mark on it and set it to the side. Now the reason I do that, these eggs that are potentially bad, that don't have any veins in them, that you think are going to go bad, they will eventually get moldy, and you don't want that spreading to the other eggs if you can prevent it from happening. So I had this happen with an earlier clutch where I thought maybe the egg was bad, and it did turn out to be bad. Yesterday I was in the incubator because I saw one of the hatchlings pip out of their eggs from one of the earlier clutches, and then I noticed the clutch below it in the incubator, one of the eggs started getting moldy, which was one of the eggs up front that I signified that was possibly bad. And I opened up the egg box and there was mold growing all over the top of the egg, and it stunk like you would never believe it. So I pulled that egg out and disposed of it so that it wouldn't spread to the other eggs in the clutch. So if you think an egg's bad, if you don't see a lot of veins in it, put it to the side, remove it from the rest of the eggs because you don't want that moldiness to spread to the good eggs in the clutch. There's some veins in these, but they're weak. And these eggs are upside down, so it looks like we are going to have to candle all these eggs, and I'm glad I did. I guess that's kind of why I always, yeah, this egg was completely upside down. So that's there. And I think this one was too, yep, completely upside down. There's a nice big embryo in it, and it was completely upside down. So that's why I candle. I guess that kind of reaffirms to me too that candling is probably the best way to go, because that egg was bad, and these 3 eggs weren't even close to being right side up. So now I gotta peel this one off of these eggs. Remember, when you're peeling these apart, just do it real easy. Just rock it back and forth as literally as slow as you can, because you do not want to rip your eggs. This one's stuck really good on there, but I think you rock it back and forth is usually the safest way to go. Almost there. And got it. Alright, good. Alright, let's see where this one is. Yep, there's... That one was actually right side up, so that's good. Let me see these ones, if there were... Ones on this. Those ones all look okay. They're all not perfectly right side up, but they're at least on the side. So I'm just gonna leave those ones. Well, you know what? Why? Why leave them together? I took all the other ones apart. Might as well take these ones apart too. And like I was just saying with the other ones, it's kind of easier if water does drop down on them. It's easier to deal with them, to get the water off if they're not attached. So let me rekindle. Yep. So that one's right. That one's right. That one's right. Cool. All right, good. So we have 7 good-looking eggs, one that I'm pretty much guaranteed is bad. So what I'm going to do is arrange the 7 good ones all together back in the back of the egg box, and then put the bad egg up here, up front, with the little question mark on it. There's probably a 99% guarantee that this egg right here is bad. But just in case, if something happens, you know, there's always that thing, but I guarantee you probably within a week or 2, this egg right here is going to start growing mold and going bad on us. And again, when you see that happen, you just separate them from the rest of the eggs so that it doesn't spread. And so both clutches this week had 7 good eggs and 1 bad egg. In the first clutch from Annie, there was a slug, which we cut open. Showed you the insides of it. This one, it's not a slug. It looks like a normal egg, but it's probably slug-like and will eventually go bad. So that one there will eventually get tossed out. I honestly, I don't even know if I want to deal with cutting this once it goes bad, because the smell coming from the one I threw away yesterday was terrible as it was. I can't imagine what it smells like on the inside. I don't know if I want to do that. unless you guys want to see me gag on camera. So again, this is actually, I don't know how many clutches this girl had before I got her. This is at least her second clutch, and she had, let's say, 7 and 1. Again, everything from this clutch is going to be a Blue Eye Lucy because she was either bred to Tesla or Shredder. So everything in this clutch is going to be a Blue Eye Lucy. She's a Super Phantom, and the dads are either Super Mojave or Purple Passion, which is Phantom Mojave. So we're either going to get all Purple Passions out of this clutch, or a mix of Purple Passions and Super Phantoms, depending on who the dad is. Plus, Shredder is also Banana, and Tesla's a Blackhead Leopard. So there's some cool combos. I was really hoping that Tesla would sire a bunch of clutches because I'd like to see. It probably wouldn't do anything in the Mojave Lesser or Super Mojaves, but I was curious to see what his Blackhead Leopard genes would do in Mystic Potions or Purple Passions or the Blue Eye Lucies that have all the pattern and color. So hopefully he sires something for me. Hopefully maybe this clutch. But either way, this will be my first. This is my first Blue Eye Lucy that laid this year. I have 4 females. I still have a Pastel Mystic Potion, which is Princess. I have a Mystic Crystal female, and I have a Special Lesser GHI Possible Pastel female. All 3 of them have not laid yet, and I don't even think I've seen them grow follicles or ovulate yet either. So, but this is my first Lucy clutch this year. Hopefully I have 3 more. Going into this year, that was my big thing, was just having a bunch of Blue Eye Lucy females that I wanted to breed and get a bunch of different combos out of them. So hopefully it ends up that way too. So I'm going to pop these guys in the oven. I have another clutch that's getting ready to pip, which is my Sterling Lesser female to my GHI Cinnamon Mojave male. One of them came out, it's like 7 days early, but it popped out. It looks really healthy. It looks like it's possibly a pewter lesser, but I couldn't really tell because I didn't take it out. So I'm excited to get that clutch out, because I can either have Blue Eye Lucies in that clutch or Super Cinnamon. So I can have black snakes and white snakes in the same clutch. And I'm hoping I hit it because it's a really cool contrast. So I'll be cutting those in a couple days, and I have some clutch updates from my first clutches that hatched. And I still have a bunch of females that should be laying soon. So a lot of stuff going on. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.